Very clear message coming in. So we'll just start. Creator. Let's see. Are you finding it difficult at this time to find any substantial, tangible evidence to support this idea of manifestation, right? Or to support the idea that you are the creator of your reality? Are you doubting your power? Are you doubting who you truly are? All right. So the message that came out was 28, 15, and 24, for those of you that like the numerology part. But we have luck, distraction, and illusion. Okay. And so, this is your natural state of being. Look at this crow. It is raining fish. It is raining fish. Everything that you could ever want, dream, need. Well, okay, we're going to stay away from the word need because it implies lack. But it is all there for you to just take. It is yours. It is your divine right. It is your divine birthright. Everything you came here knowing that everything that you would want, because you are an infinite being with infinite power, that it would all be there for you. The challenge is you don't remember who you are. Hence the game, right? But it's all there just waiting for you to align with it and take it, which is what we call, especially when we're new, right? We call that manifestation. But you're saying, yeah, but wacky YouTube tarot reader, right? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I don't see fish falling from the sky. And if I do, they're rotten and they're smelling up my driveway. Okay. These are just distractions. This is the illusion. You are you are just participating in the illusion, right? Even if you don't intentionally mean to. The illusion here is that you aren't the magnificent creator that you actually are. That is the illusion. So I asked for a little more information. Okay, well, how do we help then? How do we make the fish appear from the sky? And we got meditation and angels. And I was like, okay, well, if the viewer is watching this, because I'm sure it's going to have the title something with manifestation in it, right? I'm sure that they are in some way doing some sort of spiritual practice or journaling or active manifestation, or you might even be an intuitive manifester, right? When you manifest things from your emotions. You're being guided here to actually take the time to sit. And I know every time we talk about meditation, people get all meditation is hard. Like when you start out, it's challenging. It's challenging to calm the mind enough to be able to sit in a place of stillness, to be the observer of your thoughts and, let them just pass by without judgment or interaction with them. If you find that difficult, you're being asked to call on your angels. Call on your angels. And, if angels even here kind of makes you uncomfortable, this was the last type of um, being of light or benevolent being that I even attempted to communicate with or attempted to connect with or resonated with in any way. You know? So they're there for you. They're waiting. That's what they're there for. They're there to participate in this, to help you along your way. So here's what we're being told. 3 monkeys at the bottom of the deck. Okay, 3 monkeys here. Oh, we have a mirror too. 3 monkeys. This is about the only way that you would not have fish raining from the sky here, the only way that you would not have your manifestations coming into your reality is if you weren't quite as clear with your thoughts as you were originally thinking that you were. I think at this time you are allowing your thoughts to be um, like to be distracted by what you are seeing in your reality. The focus on what you are seeing that is being created by you, for you, through you, right? Those things that are being created because they're not fish falling from the sky. They're not the abundance that you were calling in. In fact, they're quite the opposite. I think that your focus on that is like contaminating your manifestation. That's focusing on a place of lack. You you're being asked here like to take a risk, right? Change the trajectory with direction here, especially as it comes to your memory. Oh, we do have teamwork as well. So this might be reminiscing, ruminating over something that didn't work, and it's polluting or it's contaminating your um, your focus at this time, and that's why you're not seeing your manifestations. By taking the time to clear up your thoughts, cleaning up your thoughts while you're manifesting. And you manifest with you manifesting is not a deliberate action. You've been manifesting your entire life. You just didn't realize you were doing it. And you didn't see a YouTube video on how to do it. Or, you've been doing it your whole life. Some of you do it through your emotions. You notice that when your emotions are the most powerful, whether it is sadness, whether it is passion, whether it is anger, which is just a degree of passion, right? Um, when they are peak, things happen. They do. They happen. And they happen in alignment with whatever you're feeling in the moment. Those are those intuitive or like emotional manifestors. And then for the rest of us, right, we use deliberate manifestation. So we journal, right, about exactly what it is that we want. And we picture the having of it and the feeling that we would get from it. And then through creative visualization and positive affirmations, we hold that feeling as long as possible so that it can be returned to us like fish falling from the sky. But something is contaminated. Yep. Okay. So let's see what, with memory here, I think it might be focusing on the past. All right, we have discovery and the covenant, unbelonging, obsession, and then antithesis, the funeral, forgotten, and mirror image. And we did have mirror on the bottom. Okay, so you might be hyper focused at this time, trying to find your tribe, right? Trying to find people of like mind, right? And you can't seem to find these people. Maybe that's what you're trying to manifest is, some spiritual friends, maybe even your spirit team. Like maybe you feel like you're not connected to your spirit team, but there's something that you're sitting in a state of lack about, and your attention to the non-manifestation of it is actually what is restricting your flow in order for it to come into your reality. A lot of the community, and when I say community, I mean just those on the journey, right? A lot of those on the journey struggle with the fact that they feel like an outsider, that they feel like a little different. Um, not that the feeling different is the problem as much as when you have experiences synchronicities, manifestations. Um, Gosh, what are the wonderful things? That numerology, those repeating numbers that you see, which are synchronicities. But when you connect with source energy for the first time, and or you open a clair and you have these magical experiences, like you want to share them with somebody, right? You want to share with somebody, and you don't, because you know that if you shared them at work, they would admit you, right? Or if you shared to your family, they would disown you, or, can't share them at church, right? Well, I guess it depends on what church you go to. Um, you kind of get stuck in that. I'm having all of these amazing things. I'm seeing these amazing things. I'm experiencing these feelings that are not my own, that, you know, I don't have anybody to share them with. I think that with Antithesis, the funeral, the forgotten, and mirror image, I don't even think that you realize that there is someone in your environment, maybe more than, I don't know if this is in close proximity to you. There's something that you come in contact with on a daily basis. More often than not, more days than not, you are coming into contact with with a community, with a group of like-minded individuals. More days than not. I can't tell whether it's every day or like work days. I'm trying to pinpoint where it's more days than not. You're coming into contact with this community, with an opportunity, with a place to share those experiences. Whether you use like a group, like a social media like group that you're involved in or something, or maybe you check that social media every day or most days out of the week or something, like you have the opportunity to communicate with the group there, that would be very beneficial for you. Maybe you are like one of the extremely lucky ones, right? And work in a place where there are a group of, hippy dippies like the rest of us that, I don't know, have lunch together or something and discuss these things, but they're there. Like it is around you and it's in your environment most days than not. You're not alone in this. You're never alone, but you're not alone in this journey. It is like you definitely need to take a turn 1313 on the timer in trajectory here as far as what you're thinking about. With the three monkeys, with this right here, um, your attention is being drawn onto what it isn't instead of what it is. So when you do that, you actually shift your feelings, you shift your flow from a state of, I know it's coming in because it's my divine birthright, into a place of, I ask these angels and I don't see it. I see quite the opposite in my environment. It's your attention to it that is restricting that flow. It's causing resistance there. Okay, so again, what you need to do is you need to find your sacred space. Find your sacred space. Sit in your car on lunch. Like, sit in your car on lunch, sit in the stairwell, um, put your phone in your desk or in your locker. Step away from that. Like, it can wait. Step away from that. Give it 5 minutes, give it 10 minutes, give it 15 minutes, and just sit in quiet and breathe and feel the breath come into your body. You could even just feel it and just be thankful for the breath. And as you sit in that gratitude of simply being, call on your guardian angels, call on the angels, call on any benevolent being that's there for your highest and best good. Call on them. Call and say, hey, I am here. I am one. I know who I am. Guide me. Give me direction. How do I better here? Just better. How do I better? They're waiting. They're waiting for your call. For those of you that can't even know what I'm talking about, those late night TV commercials from way back when there were commercials like way back when. They're waiting for your call. Yeah, they're waiting for your call. All right. Remember who you are. You're a divine being having a human experience in a borrowed meat suit. All right. You are unconditionally loved and supported by the universe. My unconditional love to you as well. Until next time, take care of yourself.